Hi, my name is Rosalie, and I'm here to talk about interpreting music. But before I talk about that process, for context, I want to talk a little bit about myself. For many generations, the majority of my relatives and family members were born and raised deaf. My parents, and myself included, are deaf, along with my 5-year-old son, who is also deaf. In regards to my parents, music never piqued their interest. They dismissed music as a hearing thing. As for me, I fell in love with music at a young age. I developed interest in instruments with the desire to learn piano, guitar, and any other instruments that I could get my hands on. I would beg my mother to take me to music lessons, and she would. My parents remained resistant from music, which was frustrating. As a hard of hearing person, I stem from a spectrum of deafness, meaning that I could hear a little bit more than others who are deaf on the spectrum. So I would listen to music, trying to make out the lyrics and feel the vibrations of the beats and rhythms. I would vibe along to songs and artists like Michael Jackson, repeating, "'Cause I'm bad," and repeat the song over and over and over. I would pull my brother, who was hearing, and have him interpret the song so I could connect with the music more. There was a joy in being in sync with the music, but I would feel lonely at times. I saw that my parents had no interest in music. I made it my goal to try and get them involved in music, so I would look for specific songs that had a story structure that my parents would like. I would practice the songs and present it to my parents, going through trial and error, and I would experiment with my skills to further develop them. I can safely say that 80% of the time, I'm successful in my efforts. But the question you might ask is, how do I choose the songs to sign to? Which songs do you choose that would work at least 80% of the time? First, I have to pick songs that have a story, because in deaf culture, storytelling is heavily tied to the culture and language. What is the content? What is the context? What is the main point? All of that is part of ASL dialogue. How do you explain in a conversation, "Hey, I'm leaving"? Because in deaf culture, context is needed in conversation, so it would be confusing to say, "I'm leaving." For what? Where are you going? What happened? There's no context for that. So it's important to pick songs that have a story, because you can refine it in a way that is accessible, with a clear beginning, middle, and end. It makes no sense to say, "Ooh, la 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 la," in an ASL conversation, because there is no context for why that is there. It would lose the viewer, and they'll get confused, disconnected, and bored. Another thing I will look for in a song is beat and rhythm. I recognize that my mother loves dancing due to feeling vibrations that the beats would create, and I realized that ballet and orchestra music weren't great choices because they lacked any beat that anyone could recognize and follow. But if there is a beat and you have someone singing the lyrics to you, as a deaf person who relies on visual language, you would feel a connection to the lyrics in unison with the music. I would look for music with beats that were easy to follow, but nothing that's as fast or aggressive as, say, heavy metal. I mean, some deaf people like metal beats, but the point is, for the deaf community, I try to find that 80% success rate, at least most of the time.